push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. A very good morning to you all my students and friends. So here I am, Pushpa from St. John's International School, Fatehpur, Haryana. So as you all know that I'm taking the class of history, and yesterday we saw the important king, the Ashoka, and today we are going to take some interesting topic and two important also. Because without knowing this topic, we cannot move the history in a continuous manner because they play an important role in the histories. So all these introduction is only going to frame the name of Delhi Sultanate. I'm taking the class of 7th standard history, lesson number 3. Topic is the Delhi Sultanate. In this lesson, the Delhi Sultanate, we are going to see a short notes about the Delhi Sultanate. I'm going to take the questionable area only, and also I cover up with the NCERT's books. What in the NCERT book of the 7th standard. First, we are going to see what is the name of the Delhi Sultanate, where the people are coming from, and how the Delhi became the famous city, and who are all the rulers who rule in the Delhi Sultanates, what are the dynasties comes under it, and who are all the important king, and what is the strength and weakness, how the Delhi Sultanate born, and what is the reason for the decline of the Delhi Sultanate. So all these things we are going to see in this video. Foremost thing I would like to tell, from when onwards the Delhi became the capital, and under whom dynasty it was became the capital. So from the starting of the 12th century, the Delhi seems to be a very important place. So only because of it was under the control of Tomar Rajput dynasty. In the Tomar Rajput dynasty, the kings are under this dynasty are well trained and they are very capable in administration. So So at the end of the 12th century, the Chauhans of the Ajmer defeated the Tomar Rajput and captured the Delhi. So thus the Delhi became a very important place for commercial, like for trade and commerce, because it is the center part of the India. It is the central India. We call it as a central India. So it is very important for the commercials and the trade. And once the Delhi's transformation is the foundation of the birth of Delhi Sultanate. So after the Chauhans of the Ajmer defeated, there the Delhi Sultanate born. Delhi Sultanate. So in Delhi Sultanate, we have the 5 important dynasties. The following dynasties are, first and foremost, it was Mamluk dynasty. They are the rulers from the Turkish. So Mamluk dynasty, we call it as otherwise as slave dynasty. So Mamluk means slave. So the famous 3 kings in this dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak is the founder of Mamluk dynasty. So followed by Iltutmish and followed by Razia, his daughter. So the period for the Mamluk dynasty is 1206 to 1290. 12006 to 1290 is the period of Mamluk dynasty. And it was followed by Khilji dynasty, and that period was 1290 to 1320. So the founder of Khilji dynasty was Ghayasuddin Balban was the first ruler in the Khilji dynasty. Actually, the founder of the Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Feroz Shah Khilji. We have the question like this: who was the real founder of Delhi Sultanates? The answer is Iltutmish, because on the Iltutmish period only the Mamluk dynasty get started to develop. So he was the real founder of Delhi Sultanates. The founder of the Delhi Sultanate was Qutbuddin Aibak, but who was the real founder of Delhi Sultanate? It was Iltutmish. So, and one more thing is Razia, a female. She was the first female ruler in the Delhi Sultanate. So she comes under the Mamluk dynasty, that is, or otherwise call it as a slave dynasty. So as already said that Khilji was, Jalaluddin Feroz Shah Khilji was the founder of the Khilji dynasty. Feroz Shah Khilji and Alauddin Khilji, they are the two important kings in this dynasty. And the Khilji dynasty was followed by Tughlaq dynasty. So the period is 1320 to 1414. 1320 to 1414. And the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty was Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. So here the Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq is the most important king, and followed by Sayyid dynasty. Sayyid dynasty period was 1414 to 1451. So the founder of the Sayyid dynasty was Sayyid Ghizar Khan. So there is no a very important king in this dynasty, though Ghizar Khan was only the very important. Followed by Sayyid, we have Lodi dynasty, and this was the last dynasty in Delhi Sultanate. The period is 1451 to 1526. The founder of Lodi dynasty was Bahul Khan Lodi. Bahul Khan Lodi, and we have Ibrahim Lodi, and he was the last ruler in this dynasty. So by his defeat, we have the birth of Mughal Empire. So in Delhi Sultanate, the language used by the court was, it was a Tariq. It was a Tariq. It was a language of the Delhi Sultanate. It's a language of a Persian kind of thing. So in 1236, the Iltutmish daughter Razia had a crown, and so many of the councillors in that court were not comfortable because a queen as a ruler, they can't accept it. So soonly she thrown by the councillors. So the book name is called as Minhaj-i-Siraj. It's a book, it's a contain of Razia as a successor, Razia as a sultan. So this book tells about the Razia as a sultan. So it is a very important book, that is Minhaj-i-Siraj. So among the 5 dynasties, the Khilji dynasties and the Tughlaq dynasty is a very important dynasty, because Mamluk is the starting of the dynasty, so it is a starting point, and Sayyid and Lodi is the ending, that is the decline of the Delhi Sultanate. Though that's why only the Sayyid and Lodi, we can't see any able administrators, so that is the main reason of the decline of the Delhi Sultanate. So in between we have the Khilji and the followed by the Tughlaq dynasty. So in Khilji dynasty, the famous ruler was Alauddin Khilji. So the administrator comparison of the Khilji and Tughlaq was almost the same, but a few reasons, a few causes, a few things or the causes for the decline of the Delhi Sultanate. The first thing, at the earlier of the 13th century, they get the name of the Hinterland. Hinterland, it means they started to capture the hinterland. Hinterland is a coastal area, because it's like a city and the port. A city has a port, and like it's about the coastal area, because on occupying the coastal area, it helps to develop the economics, trades, that imports and export, and the economically and financially wise they withstand in that place. So that only they started to occupy the hinterland. So then they have the garrison town. So that is means of a fortified settlement with the soldier. It's like fortified one, a well-trained military commanders were fortified in the towns. So that is these are the two reasons. These are the two reasons that they survive for long years. So after that we have the Mongol invasions. So in the starting period of the Khilji dynasty, mainly the Ghiyasuddin Balban and the Alauddin Khilji, there were once they have the plan of the internal frontier, they get prosperous in their country. But another option, it is an external frontier. By using the external frontier, they started to decline, they started to lose their prosperity, they started to lose their property and everything at all. So after the decline of the Sayyid dynasty, the Khilji dynasty and the Tughlaq dynasty, followed by Sayyid and Lodi, there we have a born of very strong dynasty. The period was that the ruling period of this dynasty was very short, but the short time they turned to give a strong administrator. That is the Sheshab, the Shudd dynasty. We call it as Shudd dynasty. The founder of the Shudd dynasty was Sheshashuri, and he is from Afghanistan. So his administration is well powered and well trained one. The military and the economically wise and the politically wise and the financial wise, all they stand with the climax of the peak. Another few reasons for the decline of the Delhi Sultanate was two or more things. First thing is Bandagan. Bandagan is a Persian language. It means political officials in kingdom. In the kingdom, in the court, they have some political officials. Like in an understandable manner, I would like to say that today's cabinet ministers, the every powers with the cabinet ministers only. The king put the ultimate trust on the cabinet minister. That is a Bandaban on that time. It is a Persian language. So this is the main reason. This is one of the reasons of the decline. So it becomes the political instability, because all the decision making things and all the organizations are done by only those Bandagans. So this started a political outbreak and political instability, so that the political part get out. So thus it is one of the cause for the decline of the Delhi Sultanate. Then move on to the Ikta. Ikta is the land is takeover or handled by the military commanders. And the Ikta is a land was maintained by the military commanders, and the duties were paid to the Iktas. We call it as Muktis, Muktis, M-U-Q-T-I-S, Muktis. It was the duty was collected by the Iktas, and it was collected in the Iktas by the military commander. So and thus a tax system, mainly a financial things was handled by the normal person, a military commander. So thus it was one of the causes for the decline of the Delhi Sultanate. So they collected the three important taxes. So the first tax is on cultivation is called the Kaj, and they got collected the 50% of the product. They get the tax of the 50% of that product. And not only for the harvesting, and for the cattle tax and for the house tax. So they collected the three tax. One is a cultivation, that is a 50%, and second one is a cattle tax, and third one is a house tax. So these are the things that the decline of the Delhi Sultanate will cause. In 1526 we have the first Panipat War, and this is the first Panipat War. It was fight between the last ruler of the Delhi Sultanates, is the Ibrahim Lodi versus the Babur. So this was the end of the Delhi Sultanate, and there the Mughal Empire got born. So the Mughal Empire was born by the Babur the Great, and this was done in the 1526, and the war is we call it as first Panipat War. The first Panipat War was fight between Ibrahim Lodi versus Babur. We all know that Babur would win this war, and thus the born of the Mughal Empire, and thus the Delhi Sultanates get over. And this is a short outline of Delhi Sultanates. We have more about the Delhi Sultanates, the art and architecture, the main they built many mosques, many dargahs for the religious. They morely concentrate on the religious manner only, and all the pilgrimage, and the famous 2 and 3 mosques was Qutub Minar, Quwatul Islam, Alai Darwaza, are one of the finest architecture than ever seen. So this is an outline of the Delhi Sultanates. I hope you're all okay with this. So stay tuned with us for daily updates. So this is signing off from St. John's International School, Pushpa. Bye. Have a great day.